welcome to high school football here on Manchester Public Television. Tonight we have a Division II NHIAA matchup between the Pembroke Spartans and the home Manchester West Blue Knights. My name is Kyle Heavey, and we're excited to be here to see game number 1 of the season. Both these teams played in the Jamboree last week, but now this game really matters. And doing the commentating here tonight for us is Dale Mouts. Dale, your chance to finally get to see this West Blue Knights team, and what a way we have on a beautiful September night.
Absolutely. Been around West a little bit during camp. Interesting to see how they build on what they did last year. Last year's group was a very explosive, very fun group to watch, and Coach Provencher's been preaching all year, let's raise the bar. Last year was set the standard. Now this year is raise the standard. So let's see how this group can handle that.
Well, exciting to see what will happen as Pembroke in their black pants, white shirt, and green helmet will be kicking left to right across your screen as West will get the ball first from the north end zone here. And we're getting ready to go, and the kickoff is a long one into the wind, and we'll take a good bounce and out of bounds. And Dale, you know what that means?
Absolutely. First down or a re-kick, either first down at the 35 or a re-kick.
Well, we'll see what they decide on as the offense looks like it's coming on the field. And now we'll see just what this West team can bring with a new quarterback behind the hand for the start of the season.
Yeah, new quarterback and a few other new faces replacing key components from last year. Manny Mendoza stepping in for the injured Gino Doria. Been hearing good things about him from Coach Provencher, so we'll see how he can do.
Yeah.
Also with Liam King coming over from Manchester Central this year.
Yeah, it's such a lot of changes, and Gio obviously would love to still be out there, but he'll have his time in a few weeks here. But we'll see what Manny can bring, as he looked pretty good last week in the Jamboree. But again, both Pembroke and West were playing against Division I teams in the Jamboree, so this is their first chance to really see what the feeling of Division II football will bring. And look at this, starting off in the shotgun, Dale.
Yeah, that was their formation last year.
Flip out to the near side, getting some good yards and getting across midfield, Dale.
Rayvon Nelson, I saw that a lot out of him last year. He gets the corner, he's very fast, very shifty, but he also will finish the run, as Coach say, runs behind the pads and not afraid to put his shoulder down and get a few extra tough yards if he needs it.
Well, certainly were some first play of the year goes for a first down, so that's a great sign right there. And now we'll see what they can do, as again, West in their all blue jerseys, a little bit of white on the side of their pants with their blue helmets, and first and 10 from the Pembroke 49-yard line. And West's run game, if they can keep things going. Pembroke had a tough time last week in that Jamboree versus Central, but today's a new day. They've spent all week practicing, and now a man in motion. It's going to be another run up the middle, Dale, and this is going to be close to a first down as well.
Yeah, quick fullback trap right up the middle. They ran a little bit of motion. Pembroke came up with the blitz from their linebacker spot, and West was able to get number 40, Kingston Green, right up in behind it and get a nice gain for another first down.
Well, that's 2 plays, 2 first downs, and a good way to all the coaches got to be happy. And then with Andrew Provencher in his 3rd year, it's been better and better each year, and now looking to like things are pretty good here for this first drive of the year.
Absolutely. Coach Provencher brings a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy to this program, and it's something that they have needed for a long time.
And it did get the first down on that, so it'll be another first and 10 from the 39-yard line. And now another handoff up the middle again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you did see a flag at the end of that play, so we'll see what the lineman saw, if it was a holding or a face mask.
Yeah, it looks like the tackle might have been a little bit high. Yeah, he's making the face mask signal, so tack on a few extra yards, and like you said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Keep running the football. West is taking care of what they need to take care of up front and just bulldozing Pembroke out of the way.
Well, the man in that white hat right there you see on the screen is Phil McCarthy. He'll be your head referee. Umpires are Mark Roy, headlinesman Patrick McGinnis, line judge Paul Couture, and back judge is Scott Ireland. So it'll be first and 10 for West again. I know I sound like a broken record, but here we go from the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I look for West to run it again, similar here, or run a play action.
Liam King will get the ball again, and now he's going to be stopped, and he's going to be knocked down, and we'll see what they give him for yards, if he's back to the line of scrimmage or maybe stopped before. Actually, it looks like they got about a 2-3 yard gain on that.
Actually,
there we go. Now he's going backwards.
Yeah, it looks like they stopped him for no gain.
Chain gang was throwing me off. I was watching the yardage guy move forward, and then he moved backwards. So
yeah,
my fault on that.
Well, the official on this side moved up to mark him for a couple of yards, and then he moved back when the official in the middle spotted the ball. So first game for the officials this week too. So
yeah, I know that Phil McCarthy was at the Jamboree last week doing a lot of work. As again, 6 games in one night, Dale, is a lot. Now look at this play, gadget play, trying to get around and get some blocks. This could go for another first down, and it will be 1st and goal. And great rhyme by Jerome Hennert.
Yeah, that was a great play on a little toss sweep coming near side, and Jerome Hennert was very patient, followed his blocks, got in behind his blockers, and was able to make a nice big gain out of that, bringing up 1st and goal. It looks like at the 6-yard line. And
I just saw Kingston Green come in, so expect a good run possibly up the middle, because that's what this has been working so far against this Pembroke line, who you can see, Dale, their size isn't their strong suit, but they do have a lot of skilled players here. But let's see what they can do at 1st and 7. Line up the middle. Kingston digging. Look at this. He's trying to drag his man, and we'll see. Referee does not have his hands up in the air. So
looks like he's down at the 1-yard line. The West offensive line right now is doing a great job of moving people out of the way, and it doesn't matter who's getting the ball for the Blue Knights. They've got big lanes to run through, and they're making the most of it.
Well, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and most of these plays have gone for positive yards big time. And now we'll see if they can just get 1 more yard and put 6 up on the board. Looking at what they're giving for a sign, offensive coordinator is Mark Boardman.
He's been dialing up a great game plan so far.
So Mendoza in the backfield as well as Liam King. Can't miss those green, and now Liam will get it, trying to get to the outside, and he is in for a touchdown. No flags on the field, and the West Blue Knights go up 6-0 with 7:23 to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, that was a great drive by West. Just run the ball down the field. Don't take any chances if you don't have to. And just, for lack of a better definition, be the bullies up front and push people out of the way.
Well, now we'll see what type of trickery is going on here. As you got the center.
This is a muddle huddle formation is what they usually call it, and we'll see if they actually snap it from this or if they bring it over to kick.
We're waiting to see. Pembroke is very much confused right now, trying to figure out what they want to do, as now even the holder is kind of looking around, and we'll see what West does here. And now in for a 2-point conversion. And
that's Kingston Green. Yeah, that's one of the things you can do out of that formation. If the defense doesn't send enough people over, you've got your whole offensive line to block for one running back. They have to cover that up, or that's what can happen. So great play by the Blue Knights.
Well, West takes an 8-0 lead here, and West is feeling good right now, and now it's the time for the defense to come in and see what they can do against this Pembroke squad that last week had a tough time against, again, a Division I Central team, and now to see just what they can do on offense. But for West, you know that they got some very talented and skillful players on D, as we saw last week as well, and you know that their defense has been working hard throughout this early fall, late summer type action here.
Yeah, West has been flying around, very enthusiastic. Like I said, I saw them in a couple of practices before camp started, 7-on-7s. Very spirited group, very enthusiastic. They're ready to go. They've been chomping at the bit since last season ended.
Well, looks like back in the backfield is Gavin Gross for the Spartans. So we'll see what he can do if he is able to get the ball. And kicking off for West. Waiting for him to turn a little bit just to see his number clearer. I'll get that in just a moment, I guess, because he is not turning. He looks like he could be going for an onside kick. He's not set up very deeply. And no, he will go deep, and this will be taken by Pembroke at the 25-yard line. Gets to the 30.
Roberts.
And he is brought down at about 31-yard line, but a flag is on the play.
Let's see.
So waiting to see, again, what Phil McCarthy will say.
And Jaden Nardi, number 89, was doing the kicking for the Blue Knights that time.
And he's still out there trying to decide if what's going to happen here with Pembroke huddling up here, but still waiting to see what this flag is all about. Looks like it is against the Spartans, so that will back them up some yardage as well. So tough way to get the ball, Dale, with a penalty on the first time you touch it.
Yeah, special teams, getting a penalty like that, you get a decent return and then you get backed up. So we'll see how Pembroke responds and see if West is able to keep them pinned in.
Well, it'll be first and 10 from the 21-yard line. Pembroke setting up in the shotgun. Dale, who we got at QB for Pembroke here?
Looks like number 9, Porter Brown is junior. Very young Pembroke team, only 3 seniors.
And they lost 2 players in the Jamboree last week and lost 2 in practice, so their numbers are even less in tonight's game. Man in motion, Porter's going to take it, and he is absolutely swallowed up, but it gets away, keeps his feet moving, and then is hit from the second line of people, and you can see the excitement out of Joel Camillo.
Yeah, when these kids get going, they feed off of each other, and it's an incredible thing to see.
Also can see Jaden Nardi, one of the captains out there at the offensive line position, very pumped up, and obviously Pembroke not even able to get to the line of scrimmage, so they actually lost about a yard on that play. And now we'll see what Porter Brown can do as we have whistles on play, and now a timeout by West.
Injury timeout.
Wow, I did not see him down. Something just happened apparently to Jaden Nardi, because we just discussed that.
Looks the way the trainer's looking at him, it looks like maybe a cramp.
Oh, wow, it's 6:44 remaining in this first quarter. We saw this last week with some players in the Jamboree that once they kind of got going, they certainly had a lot of cramping, and Miles Whiter was one of those as well, if I remember correctly, last week. So again, it'll be 2nd and 11, and now he is getting helped off the field. Yeah,
great to see Jaden Nardi up. It looks like maybe a cramp the way she was looking at him, trying to stretch out that calf muscle. Obviously don't want to speculate, but the way he's hobbling off.
And great job by Angel Rivera and Manny Mendoza to try to get him off the field quicker. And now we'll see if his replacement will be possibly picked on by Pembroke with such a crucial part of the defensive line out for a couple plays. Now a little pass play, and it's going to be incomplete. Did that go forward? No, it goes out of bounds. So
the official saying that it was not a backwards pass, so it's incomplete, even though it was behind the line of scrimmage. It was either parallel or just in front of where the quarterback lined up.
Well, we'll have a 3rd and 11 now for Pembroke, and the pass wasn't really down the field there. It was more of just a kind of a screen play, so we'll see if they try to do something again. Yeah,
they were trying to hit junior running back Jace Michaud on a swing pass to get him outside to try to neutralize West's inside game.
Oh. Pembroke, man in motion, and Porter is going to take it himself, and he is taken down. And this will be a 4th down for the Spartans. And
he was hit immediately by Kingston Green in the middle.
Well, Pembroke will be punting here as A 3-and-out here for the Manchester West, and that certainly makes Mark Boardman very pleased there. And now
looks like Porter Brown's back to punt for Pembroke, and Liam King is dropping back for West.
And he's only at the 40-yard line, but Porter setting up at the 8-yard line, and a timeout is called here for the West Blue Knights.
Yeah, they only had 8 men on the field that time.
And they'll discuss this. And week 1, you know, you got to get the kinks out. It's a little bit difficult here with some people cramps, you know, and no excuses here where you've practiced this all week long. But here we go, Dale, with 5:50 remaining in this opening quarter, and you know,
as a coach, even at the youth level, you know, this is something that we cram into our people every day at practice. You know, who's in, who's out. If somebody goes down, who's the next person in, making sure all the personnel groups are correct, who we want where. You know, sometimes the first game, everybody has, you know, a little bit of extra adrenaline, so, you know, not knowing exactly what's going on, who's supposed to be where.
And again, such excitement before this game with the 1975 team out there. Their first 8-2 team here for the West in their history, as no team has won more than 8 games in a season. And now the punt, Porter gets a hold of it, and it will land at the 35, bounce to the 40, now up to the 45, and across midfield. So good bounce there for Pembroke, and West will get the ball at.
And a late flag behind the play at the Pembroke 30-yard line. Not sure what that call was.
I know, I was looking at the ball, so now it'd be interesting to see what Ray McCarthy will have to say here. Or excuse me, Phil McCarthy.
So a 33-yard punt that time with the roll, and we'll see what the call is. West seems to be backing up.
A personal foul. Well,
so that's going to be added to the kick.
I think the referees are trying to get themselves squared away for week 1 as well.
Yes. Started to mark off the penalty the wrong way.
West wouldn't mind that.
Not at all.
But now everyone on both sides of the field are heading to the north side of the field. But West will get the ball, 5:39 to go. Again, leading this game 8-0. And expect some more running here again, Dale, as it worked the first time. Why wouldn't it work the second time?
It'd be interesting to see what Pembroke does to change things up a little bit, see what adjustments they make.
Liam King is able to get some yards with a nice spin move, and now will be taken down at the 35-yard line, and that'll be good for roughly 5 yards there.
Yeah, it looks like Pembroke's starting to try to stack the middle, try to keep West from being able to push them around. So this might be a place where they can run one of those outside sweeps or maybe a play action pass to try to catch Pembroke sleeping a little bit.
Caden Morris comes out, and you can see big number 79 out there coming in. So
Lucius Smith, he's a sophomore.
Well, so certainly we saw with West last week against BG that there were some big boys for those Cardinals players, and now Pembroke looking to stack the middle. And a second and it's marked as 7, but it seems a little bit closer here. And now first pass play, and hit to the outside with some speed, gets some spots, and now look at this, has one man to beat, gets past him, and finally will be taken down for a huge play, Dale.
Yeah, Miles Wider, again, saw this a lot out of him last year as well. Getting him on the outside in space, he's got the speed. He could take it to the house. Unfortunately, couldn't outrun the angle this time. But West has a lot of explosive players. They definitely are not short on athletes here.
Well, that'll be good for about 35, 40 yards there, Dale. So it's be 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And
saving the touchdown on that was A.J. Roberts, number 4.
Yeah, he came from the other side of the field to get him out of bounds or tackle him down. as the clock did stop, but again, the clock does stop on first downs as well. And now we'll see what Manny can do. He's got a little pitch play there. Very famous by the Kansas City Chiefs who are playing tonight, and a touchdown
for Elias Abro, senior. And there's flags all over the field.
And touchdown will be good, but now we will see what the laundry is all over the place here, Dale.
Touchdown counts for now.
Good run for 26 yards, but officially a pass play, I believe, by Manny. So that'll be good for the stat book right there. Now, waiting to see what. Guess we'll go.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against West.
So, waiting to. And now
looked like possibly maybe a peel back block or a blindside block down the field.
He's explaining.
And then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, against West.
So Phil McCarthy has been one-sided so far in the calls here, Dale, and not to say that things are.
He signaled them both as dead ball, which.
And the touchdown should be good, but it has not been changed up on the scoreboard here.
Right. I think they're trying to determine if it's during the play. If it happened during the play, then it takes the touchdown off the board. If it's dead ball, then it happened after the touchdown.
Pembroke head coach Will Mower.
They're assessing both penalties.
So this is a huge change in momentum here, as now the ball is placed at the 50-yard line. Dale, I haven't yet seen anything like this here.
The only thing that I can think of that makes sense was they called an unsportsmanlike penalty for a block in the middle of the field during the play, which nullified the touchdown, and then a dead ball personal foul after that, or a dead ball unsportsmanlike after that, which added after the original penalty.
Well, I've never really seen this on a scoreboard before. It's 1st and 34.
Definitely not something you see every day.
Man in motion. Now, nice option play and getting some yardage here and trying to cut it back. He's still on his feet and now is down and is so close to getting all 34 yards in one play there, Dale.
Actually, he did. It looks like he got 35 and got the first down. That was number 8, Jerome Hennert.
Jerome, the big play there. And, yeah, you are correct. The chain gang has moved, so good for a 35-yard run. That's what's so special about this West squad. They so many different options, whether, be patient and get the third option there.
Absolutely. They faked the sweep that they had been running before, the one they ran just for the touchdown, and then they brought it back with Hennert on the right side, and there was nobody over there for Pembroke. Everybody came to the left with the sweep.
Well, let's see if they have the same play that Elias scored the touchdown on here. It's a 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. And it is. Can Elias do it again? Trying to get it around and hits one man to beat. It looks like he has crossed the line, and the arms are in the air. It's a touchdown. 2 plays, 50 yards, and West has taken a 14-0 lead.
And that one, as you said, is a stat pattern from Manny Mendoza. Kind of flipping it in front of him makes it count as a pass in the stat sheet.
Well, he might have lost 11 yards on the first attempt to the second attempt, but either way, it's 6 points, and now trying to possibly make it a 16-0 game. We'll see if Pembroke is able to figure out what to do on this situation again here, Dale.
Yeah, again, back to the old muddle huddle. We'll see what West wants to do. And now they're bringing the line over to come in to kick because Pembroke had it covered.
Well, everyone's set up in the middle of the field now, and the kick is up, and it is good. So a 15-0 lead here from Bill Meisel Memorial Veterans Field on the campus of Manchester West, and excited to see that this West squad, getting bullied around last week, has come in and are now looking like the bully with 3:25 remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, West is showing why they made the playoffs last year, and that they're definitely going to be a team to be reckoned with in Division II again this year.
And you can hear the band, who, again, school is just 2 days into session here, so this band has obviously been practicing throughout the summer to be able to be ready for this, and props to them for being here. And they don't even have their uniforms yet here, Dale, so good to see that the band is still able to perform well, and here we go.
Absolutely. They got quite a bit of practice last year playing the fight song, so what a better way to do it than practice it again on opening night.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a season on Manchester Public Television, covering it. A West team that made the playoffs and did great last year. We had a Memorial team that won their first playoff game in so long, who are playing right now against the Providence Central squad over at Shabby McDonough Field. You have the Astros in the Little Green playing down there in Derry, a tough matchup for the Little Green to start things off against the defending Division I champions. And we'll try to get over to Trinity as well, as they are facing the Hanover Bears this evening. But now with 3:25 to go, West will be kicking off again from north to south. That's right to left across your screen. And get some airtime on this. It will be a good field position for Pembroke, who tries to get to the outside, but he is quickly brought down, and it'll be 1st and 10 Spartans, and a great tackle by none other than Tyler Weecher.
Yeah, high kick, easy to cover. West got down and didn't let the returner get moving anywhere.
Well, again, Pembroke, who has had a 3-and-out, they actually have -1 yards in this game so far, Dale. And now let's see if they've been able to talk on the sidelines and get things worked around. For West, what else can you talk about? You did great on that first drive. Your defense has been able to rest a little bit, and you've only nothing like being rested throughout a game here to keep yourself energy. And a bad snap here, and I saw this a number of times in warm-ups, Dale, and a penalty flag at the end of this.
They're going to call West for a personal foul for diving over the quarterback and hitting him.
Officials are meeting together there, and now
the only question is it from the spot or is it from the original line of scrimmage?
Very questionable call there, Dale. As the quarterback was already down, and now you're right. This is a weird spot. It's officially going to go for a sack, but the ball has been placed back at the 30-yard line. So Pembroke will actually be thankful that they are able to only lose 5 yards on the play instead of the 20.
Yeah, they called it a dead ball personal foul, so after the recovery, so that's why they marked it off, and that's why it's 2nd and 15.
This is going to be a tough one. I know that number 55 was having issues in the pregame for Pembroke, and they had time to work on things, but again, a high snap on the first play, and now back to 1st and 15, man in motion, and it looks like a running play, but West is so fast to get in that backfield, Dale.
Yeah, they're getting off the ball quick and aggressive, and it's almost like they're in the backfield before Pembroke's offensive line's getting out of their stances. West is exploding out. They're fired up, feeding off of each other. The defense is feeding off the offense. This is a great effort so far.
That's Jerome Hennert, who is at the bottom of your screen, and number 8, who is doing a great job of stopping anything that comes to the near side of us here.
Absolutely. He's definitely one of the emotional leaders of this team.
So a 3rd and 17 from the 27-yard line. Pembroke trying to get themselves some positive yards, It's been -8 on the night, and Pembroke has called a timeout as they were able to see that West was ready to go and was set up to stop whatever Pembroke had planned there.
It looks like Pembroke had some confusion on their side. Maybe might have had 12 on the field. I saw somebody come off late just as they were signaling for the timeout. So, this is a big play here for Pembroke. They got to get something positive to feed off of. If they give the ball back to West or have another negative play and give it back, and that's just going to open the floodgates.
So again, another great night here at the Bill Meisel Veterans Memorial Field. The celebration of the 1975 squad here. And Dale, just in case you don't know, and any listeners that might be coming, the prices at the concession stand are from 1975. So hot dogs are $1. Cheeseburgers are $1.25. Or excuse me, $1.50. Hamburgers are $1.25.
They're 75% off, not 1975 prices.
Gotcha.
I have already been up there.
I definitely have been enjoying the 50-cent drinks there tonight.
Absolutely.
And now, again, see what Pembroke could do. 3rd and 17.
Pembroke trying to spread the Blue Knights out a little bit.
Now see if they go to the near side again. The pass play. It's going to be caught, and he is going to be brought down. A gain of about 3 yards, and Pembroke will have
Jace Michaud coming out. That's the play they tried to run earlier to the other side. Ever so small, it's a little bit of a positive play for Pembroke. But again, they need something big to happen for them, or West is just going to continue and the floodgates are going to open.
Well, set up for the return is Rayvon Nelson, who is certainly electric when he gets the ball. So we'll see what type of punt that Pembroke has. Looks like it'll be number 9 doing the punting duty all night long here, and that's Brown for the Spartans. Good snap and gets the ball away, and Nelson will not take it. It will take another Pembroke bounce and will finally be down. It's still rolling here. The wind is going in that direction, and Pembroke will finally touch the ball at the 21-yard line.
Yeah. That was a weird punt. The side spin on it, it looked like it was going to go out of bounds, and it looked like almost a golf shot. As soon as it hit the ground, it took off left and stayed in bounds and got a nice roll out of it.
Well, if 1:12 remaining in this opening quarter here, and with the West up 15-0, will be kind of nice to see if they can just get a few yards, and then be able to not have to move that much here and go the other way. So again, they are playing against the wind so far. In the second quarter, they'll have the wind to their back, so we'll see if Manny will open up the gun and sling some. But for right now, it will be a pass, and he's trying to get to the outside. Gets around one guy, still on his feet, looking to make some moves. Cuts it back, and look at this by Rayvon Nelson. He gets out of bounds, and now we'll see if there's any late flags here. One has flown there. It actually hits a Spartan player, and now we'll see if it's against Pembroke or if it's against the Blue Knights. So, trying to find very busy opening quarter here for Phil McCarthy and his staff. So,
a 17-yard run that time by Nelson, and you're correct. It's been a busy night so far for the officials. Emotions are running high on both sides. Both teams are fired up, and Pembroke may be starting to feel a little frustrated at this point over the way things have gone so far in the first quarter. But they have to realize there's still 3 more quarters left to play. If they can get a stop here, that's going to go a long way for them.
Well, it'll be another 1st down and 10 for the Manchester West Blue Knights from the 44-yard line. Manny in the backfield. Mendoza waits for the snap. And now he's going to throw one long ball here. Wide. Oh, my.
Miles Whiter with no one around him. I think he saw the end zone because he took his eyes off the ball and it fell right through his hands.
Well, you can see that his teammate in Jerome Hennard is trying to give him some love here as, he was so open that who knows if it was just taking his eyes off the ball and ready to go, or if maybe the lights played a factor. We'll just know that the offensive coordinators will remember that play for the future for sure.
Absolutely. That's what happens when you run the ball the way West has. You fake the run, and Whiter was wide open. And, there's a great job by Jerome Hennert showing leadership going down to pick his teammate up, say, it's okay, we'll get the next one.
And it's those little things that make a team so strong, and that's what Coach Preventure and company have done here for this squad. And now run up the middle and going to be brought down, and Kingston Green was dropped, but he was able to gain a few yards here, so it will be a 3rd and 8 here, I believe it will be, for the Pembroke Spartans to play some defense and try to get the ball back.
Yeah, Cole Demers made a nice play from his linebacker spot that time to make a good tackle. So, this is a big down for Pembroke. 3rd down and long. We'll see what they can do. If they can get a stop here, it looks like West has to run one more play before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, 20 seconds to go in this first 12 minutes of action here on Manchester Public Television's football coverage, week 1 of this season. And West already leading this 15-0, and a big 3rd down play here. And Manny's going to throw it this time, and it is going to be incomplete with 4 seconds to go. And what do you do here, Dale? I mean, you
at this point in the field,
you're kicking.
If it's my team, it would depend on what my kicking game is like overall, but this might be a spot where you want to go for it. You're not really going to lose anything on field position.
You're kicking into the wind, too, is
True.
The other big issue here.
Yeah, into the wind. You're at midfield, so if you turn it over here, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, they're set up to go here on 4th and 8. Try to get Pembroke to jump off sides here, and instead they're going to go for it. And getting around the court, cuts it back, and on his feet, still driving, and it's got to be brought down, and a great stop for Pembroke. Some positive things for the Spartans, but again, down 15-0. Manchester West will take this lead, and the defense will start things off here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was great pursuit by Pembroke that time. Jerome Hennert came around the corner, tried to make a cutback, and number 4, A.J. Roberts for Pembroke was right there waiting.
Well, Dale, I'm not sure if you were able to follow up with what has happened with Manchester West this week alone, as on Wednesday morning they had a ribbon cutting here at Manchester West for the remodel of the weight room. That is a phenomenal weight room now, a $125,000 donation of fitness equipment from the Zoo Health Club owners Ed Barodi and Julian Paccaroni, who were there with Mayor Jay Rouet. We had scoreboard members Jim O'Connell. We had also guys like Chris Morgan, who are a big part of the city, and even the superintendent were there to see that this weight room for West is looking phenomenal here. A $125,000 donation.
That's huge. I can tell you from my time here as an assistant coach that the weight room definitely needed to be redone. And, Coach Preventure has made so much happen here since he's been here in 3 years, positively. Last year they had the T-Mobile Friday Night Lights and was able to get some money to help get some improvements done around the stadium and around the football program. The donation from Zoo Fitness. Just a lot of great things happening for West that, in my opinion, is very, very long overdue for the school.
And the Zoo say they're going to do Memorial in 2026, and as they said, saving the best for last with Central as their graduates of the Little Green in 2027. So
that's amazing. The kids of Manchester, no matter what school you go to, they deserve this.
I will share the link to the YouTube at the bottom of this page if you are watching on YouTube. And for those that are here, you can go to YouTube and during halftime and watch this. And a big play for a positive yards for the Spartans. And number 4 able to get around the edge.
Yeah, A.J. Roberts on a sweep, took it very wide, was able to outrun Liam King to the corner, and looks like he got 5 or 6 yards on that play.
Well, they were able to get some positive yards on that last 3rd down, and now here they are with the first play for positive yards. So Pembroke trying to get back to even on the yardage situation as their first 2 drives were for negative yards.
Yeah, In order to be successful, Pembroke has to spread out this West defense. They're not going to be able to keep everything tight together and match up.
Well, now trying to go to the opposite side, but what a job. Oh, my goodness, a huge hit at the end of that play. And you can see the celebration going around, and Kingston Green was able to really bring the boom.
Yeah, also in there was Jacob Eli Henry. I haven't called his name yet tonight, but he was another big factor last year as well for the Blue Knights. And, all these guys that were here last year, they got a taste of it. They want more. They're hungry.
Well, a 3rd and 7 here for the Pembroke County Spartans in their white jerseys, going right to left across your screen. And in the quarterback situation, shotgun formation, excuse me. Man in motion. See if they go to the near side here. And they're going to go up the middle. Surprise, surprise. And this will not be good enough for a first down, as West was able to use 3 players to knock him down. And now a little bit of shenanigans going on after the play.
Exchanging a little bit of pleasantries, people being excited.
And now it looks like possibly a shoulder injury here for number 7 on Pembroke, as he is running off and looking a little sore there, but we'll see if the trainer comes over to check on him, as now going forward on 4th down are the Spartans.
4th and 3 for the Spartans. They're in a position of what do they have to lose at this point. They've gotten a little bit of success so far in this drive, and they're going to try and keep it going.
Well, we got 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side, 1 in the backfields. Pembroke, see if they go. Oh, they're going to try to get West to go off sides. West does not fall for that, and they will not fall for it, and Pembroke will have to call a timeout, as great job by the Blue Knights to stay strong and not fall for the intentional attempt of offsides there.
Absolutely. That's great discipline by the West defensive line and the entire West defense, making sure that they don't give up a few cheap yards and a cheap first down.
And great try by Pembroke. Obviously, they wanted to see what they could do, and now it looks like the punt team has come out for both sides, and Pembroke will be punting into the wind. They've gotten some lucky bounces on their kicks so far, but now it's going to be way tougher, as severe weather will be coming to the state tomorrow, Dale, with a 2 to 4% chance of tornadoes, and this is starting to be the front that we'll be getting, so that's why this wind is so strong tonight.
I just got an update from Nashua. 10-7 Nashua North over Central at the half.
And this ball does go out of bounds. It does not take a friendly hop for the Spartans, so the ball will be 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line, I believe it will be.
32-yard line, it looks like. And, yeah, going into the wind is a whole lot different than going with it from experience.
And yeah,
you can hear the West coaches up here not disagreeing with the spot, and I kind of have to agree. It looked like it was. I have to agree with them on that one. There's no way that ball was that.
And we're on the other side of the field and can see that we're
right.
So that's why it's either way. 1st and 10 for the Blue Knights. Their 4th drive of the night. They're 2 for 3, looking to go 3 for 4, and now. Big run here by Liam, trying to get to the outside, uses stiff arm, and is going to be brought out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. And what a job by Liam. I love his green cleats here. It makes it so much easier to find him. It's like Julian Edelman with the red gloves. It makes it so much easier to find him, and they're bright in it. They're working very fast to get him some first downs.
Absolutely. This is the kind of thing that people got used to seeing over at Gill Stadium for 3 years out of Liam. I've known him since he played youth down with the Manchester Bears, but he's always making plays. It doesn't always show up in the stat sheet so much, but every time you look up, he's doing something. It seems like he's quiet, and then all of a sudden something big happens, and he's right in the middle of it.
Well, I want to give some love also to Michael Spooner and I mean, we've seen some Jacob Eli Henry for sure, as this offensive line is doing a phenomenal job. A bad snap, and just Manny smartly just steps on it. And now they're asking for, where's the personal foul on that one? He was already down.
Yeah, I think that when the center snapped it early because nobody else on the offensive line moved. But you are correct. They've been doing an incredible job all night so far.
Well, bad snap loses 5 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 15. And now
when the offensive line is playing the way the Blue Knights offensive line has been playing, it makes the play caller's job so much easier.
Well, we'll see what they can do here. Pembroke has not been able to stop the big play too many times. As now a little pitch out, getting some blocks, getting to the outside. Look at the speed, Dale. Hits the quarterback, and big tackle. And now
Rayvon Nelson again, getting to the outside, making things happen.
And what a job right there by Porter Brown to just keep him, like it was almost like a tug of war going on there to try to get him down.
Yeah, it looked almost like he was trying to strip the ball instead of make the tackle, or try to cause a fumble instead of make the tackle, and it allowed Rayvon to get a few extra yards.
Well, a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Again, 8:15 to go in this second quarter, and looking to make some more excitement here are the Blue Knights. And now Manny throwing with the wind and just overthrows it here. As
that's the same pass that Miles Whiter dropped in the first quarter. Same play, run a play action and have Miles just go down the field. He was behind the defense again, this time with the wind, like you pointed out. It carried the ball a little bit further than what Manny wanted it to.
I mean, I filmed the soccer game before this, and you could see the huge difference. The goalies were able to kick it almost to the other goalie on one side of the field and then barely hit the midline on the other side. So you're seeing the wind coming from the south here, and it's going to make the ball flow even further than expected here. So got to be careful with that. And now a run play up the middle gets passed and now is brought down. And now it's going to be a 3rd down for the Blue Knights.
Yeah, it's Kingston Green again. Get the big guy some touches up the middle. Let him wear on the Pembroke defense. 5-yard gain, good run for the Blue Knights, and brings up a comfortable 3rd and 5 for them.
Cole Demers, though, for the Spartans, I thought he was not going to be able to make that tackle, and he was able to keep hold of him. And now here we go with a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, with a big guy like that, you hold on and wait for your teammates to come help you.
And now a little trick play again, and trips on his feet, stays up, and now trying to get to the outside. And look at this. Is he in?
Yes.
The referees, yes, it's a touchdown.
Another end around or sweep to Rayvon Nelson. This time he was able to weave up the corner, break some tackles in the open field, and get in the end zone.
Unbelievable play right there. Able to step around, stay inbounds, and make it into the end zone. And now we have a 21-0 lead here. And they'll see if they go for 1 or 2 here, depending on what Pembroke does, with 7:12 remaining in this opening half. Doing the kicking here will be Miles Whiter set up here anyway. And now it's trick play. It's up, and it's good.
And it is caught. That's another option that they can do off of the muddle huddle, and that is number 21.
Austin Martin able to go up above the defenders of the Spartans and brought it down for the 2-point conversion. I didn't even get the pass play, but I obviously did see Martin come down with it. And a crazy 2-point conversion here for the Blue Knights, make this a 23-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a great play. There were 2 Pembroke defenders in the way, and Austin was able to out-jump them and then keep the ball from hitting the turf as he was going down.
Well, Pembroke will get the ball, and with 7:12 to go, and they're trying to get some.
Yeah, Pembroke was lined up on the wrong side.
Well, Pembroke is setting up.
I think they're a little confused as to what they need to do at this point.
Oh, Pembroke was set up on the wrong side of the field, I believe, there, Dale.
Yeah.
Dale, so that's why.
Yeah, and in high school with the kick return, the front line is going to be at the 50, so all they had to do was just flip sides instead of literally flipping to the other goal line.
Great turnout here again, celebrating the 1975 West football team who went 8-2. And Dale, that team only gave up 57 points that whole entire season. This team right here in 2025, looking good so far, have not given up a single point. But again, we are only 19 minutes and 12 seconds into the season, so time will tell with what they can compete with. But now, and some whistles here.
Not sure what's going on here. A lot of confusion on the Pembroke side as to where they should be lined up.
Well, they were set up very deep here, but again, West is kicking with the wind in their back, and let's see what type of leg he's got. It takes a nice bounce for the Blue Knights, and taking at the 10-yard line, tries to get around one guy, is able to, but then is going to be pile drived and brought down, and I believe that it would have been.
First guy there was Tyler Weecher, and then it was cleaned up by Noah Sheedy.
And Tyler, I appreciated that he gave a pat to the head of a Spartan player, saying, good return, and you got to love the sportsmanship that is being had.
Absolutely. That's one thing that we preach. You beat the guy in front of you, you help him up, tell him good play, then you go back and do it again the next time.
Well, Pembroke will set up here, trying to get things going.
1st and 10 at their own 20.
The run game has worked here and there for the Spartans. They've only really thrown it one pass play, and now a penalty, as it looks like it will be a false start on the Spartans. See if Phil McCarthy will make the gesture here, and it's going to be actually encroachment on West. I did not see that at all.
If it's on anybody, it's number 8, Jerome Hennert, coming on the blitz on the outside, but I don't know why they would have blown it dead on a defensive penalty like that, where Pembroke could have potentially gotten a big play.
Well, you got to remember safety, and he had an open lane to the quarterback.
True.
So there's that as well. But Pembroke will take the 5-yard favor, and now will be 1st and 5 from the 25-yard line. I mean, could you imagine if they didn't call that, if Tom Brady had gotten injured or something like that back in the day? And now, here we go. Porter Brown running for his life here, tries to run it, and he's going to be brought down and bringing the boom on that one.
Yeah, that was again Jerome Hennert, and also number 44,
which I don't have on my list here.
Let's see.
We'll try to figure out if they. This was straight from the West Athletic Director that I got this roster from. So people can sometimes change numbers if they don't fit right, or if they. I know you're trying to figure this out right now too. But either way, a 2nd and 5 as no yards were gained on that play. And whistles.
That was Tyler Hale, number 44. He's wearing dual numbers potentially tonight, depending on what position he plays.
I see that now, yep. Oh. All hail Tyler. Now, end around, trying to get to the outside, able to get that and get some yards. Still on his feet and brought out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Big play. Actually, this looks like it's going to be about the 45, as he might have stepped out of bounds before getting upfield a little bit more.
He was able to get outside on the right side. It looks like a couple of West defenders may have collided trying to make the play, and it turned into a 20-yard gain for Pembroke.
Well, here we go. The first down of the game for the Spartans. And with 6:14 to go, they're almost to midfield, Dale. and down 23-0. This is their 5th time to try to get something going, and now we'll see if they are able to get through this West defense. But again, the West they're fully rested here. They haven't really not had to play too much here, except for those that play both sides of the field. So now pass play goes short, and we'll see, is that complete? It will be complete, and it's good for roughly a 4-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd down for Pembroke.
Yeah, Pembroke started to make a little bit of a drive, starting to get their footing. It took them a little bit. And now it's time for the West defense to step up and respond. They've been hit with a couple of quick plays, and we'll see how resilient they are and see if they dig in.
Well, it's great to see Jaden Artley back out there as well, again, with that kind of cramp in the beginning of the game, and to see that he is able to stay strong in his outside lineman position. Camden Armstrong out there as well. You can see him down on one knee right there, ready to try to get to the quarterback here of Pembroke. Now, ball's on the field, and it looks like it will be a turnover for Pembroke as the fumble is recovered by the West Blue Knights. Big turnover, great field position with the wind to their back for the West Blue Knights, Dale, and a costly turnover for the Spartans, who looked like they were trying to get something going.
Yeah, that's a momentum killer for Pembroke. Great play by the Blue Knights. They were in the backfield, made a play, knocked the ball out, and able to get on it right at midfield, so now they can add to their lead.
Well, I mean, we're saying how the defense was getting something going, and Scott Dolan's got to be very pleased to see that this team is starting to get things going, and to know that winning the possession battle is huge, and also causing turnovers is an important part of any defense.
Absolutely, and last year they were able to cause a lot of turnovers and capitalize on them. So we'll see if they do that here.
Well, they will have it at their own 49-yard line, so 51 yards to go with 5:16 remaining in this first half, as they have a man in motion, steps back, and it will get the ball, gets past the first. Oh, now 2, still on his feet, and finally brought down. And Rayvon Nelson is somehow able to get some positive yards, even though he had to get past 2 Pembroke Spartan players.
That was great power by him and great balance to be able to keep on his feet as everybody's tugging on the back of his jersey, trying to pull him side to side to be able to stay up and get that first down. The Blue Knights tried to open it up a little bit formation-wise, coming out in a 3 to 4 wide receiver look, trying to spread Pembroke out to open up some running lanes.
Well, Liam King is the lone back, and some whistles all around here on the field, and now coming together to discuss things is Phil McCarthy, and he's got something to say to a Spartan player who might be a mouth guard issue, not really sure, can only take a guess of what's going on.
Not sure what it is. It does look like maybe an equipment issue of some kind, the way they're looking at him.
And number 12 here, Dale. What do we got for a player for this Pembroke team?
Number 12, Jack Dimitrov, a junior. And I believe it's because of what he has. That's exactly it. I can see it now. It's because of what he has under his helmet. It's almost like a mask of some kind, like a neoprene mask that he had on, and it was coming out the bottom of his helmet.
Well, just trying to keep his hair from getting in the way of the helmet comfort. I get it, but it's not allowed here in NHIAA football. And
no, you can't have anything hanging out the back of your helmet unless it's your hair.
And now look at this. Nelson still on his feet, driving, and is going to be finally brought down. And that will be good for a first down. You can see the side judge emphatically saying first down. Absolutely. And a nice pass play right there from Manny Mendoza.
Yeah, just a quick pass, getting Manny comfortable with the offense, comfortable with what he's doing, and letting the skill guys on the outside, like Rayvon Nelson, do all the work.
Well, here we are with just passing the 8 o'clock hour. We thank those that are still watching here live from Bill Meisel fields a 1st and 10 play for the Blue Knights. And now run up the middle, able to get some positive yards again. And it's tough for Pembroke. I mean, you got to deal with Kingston Green. You got to deal with, I mean, he's strong and powerful. Then you got Elias Abreu, Rayvon Nelson. This is a triple-headed West squad right here.
With what West can do with the athletes they have, they've got a great offensive line as they're showing. But, what do you try to do? Do you try to stop the power game up the middle and leave yourself vulnerable on the outside? Do you try to stop the outside and filter things into the middle where you may not be as strong because you have to commit more outside? For the Blue Knights, it's a great thing, but it puts a lot of pressure on the opposing defenses.
Look at that run up the middle. How do you stop that right there, Dale? I mean, Kingston Green is coming at you fast.
Yeah, he came fast and hard, and he just ran over the Pembroke defender that time trying to get to the end zone. And, everybody for West is feeling it at this point.
I mean, We Are Sparta was a great movie back in 2006, but it might take 300 Spartans here to try to make this comeback here with 3:15 remaining in this second quarter. West up 23-0, and it'll be 1st and goal. And now trying to get him the end zone. He's done all the work, Absolutely. And it will be a touchdown for Kingston Green.
Yeah, reward the big guy for all his work going down the field. That was a great call and a great run by Kingston Green, finishing it physical up the middle.
And that will make it a 29-0 lead here in this first half. And now we'll see what West will do now on the special teams. And it's been fun to see what Peter Girton has been able to write up here for plays to keep Pembroke off guard here and keeping them on their toes and expect the unexpected here from West.
Yeah, I've seen this muddle huddle look for years to what they do, and there it is again.
And it's going to be good for another 2 points. And boy, what a great drive right there by Kingston Green. Gets the 6, gets the 2, gets a number of positive yards, and that will make it a 31-0 lead with 3:05 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, this has been all Blue Knights, obviously, with the scoreboard doesn't even show how dominant they have been.
And it all started with Pembroke with that fumble at the 49-yard line, a 51-yard drive right there for the Blue Knights, and that's Pembroke got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, ball security is key, and Pembroke is a young team. They only have 3 seniors, very freshman, sophomore dominated team. They're going to have their lumps, unfortunately, but hopefully for them down the road, as these kids, hopefully they stay and stay with the program. Hopefully good things are coming for them.
Program came back in 1998. They're celebrating their 27th year of being back for the Pembroke Academy Spartans, and we'll see what they can do here to make something happen. So, kicking off from the 40-yard line, the wind on their back here, and with 3:05 to go, there's still a chance that West could get the ball for one more drive here. And either way, it comes down to this. Pembroke set up deep, and a good kick right here. And he's going to be
taken by number 4, A.J. Roberts.
He's at the 15, and he is going to be brought down. And how in the world do you let number 62, Joel Camillo, get down there so quickly?
Yeah, that's just showing, everybody for the Blue Knights. Everybody's hustling, everybody's fired up, everybody's trying to get down and make a play. Everybody's feeding on everybody else at this point. It's a great team effort so far.
Well, Pembroke, under 3 minutes to go, 179 seconds until halftime. And there, Porter Brown comes into the huddle with the play call. And again, they were able to get their first down the last drive, so things have been progressing pretty well for them. And with a score like this, you got to wonder if they're going to start passing a little bit more.
They may, and with a score like this and a young team, you want to build on any little positive you can get.
Well, man in the backfield as Pembroke 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Man in motion. And now a pass or run play here, and he's going to be swallowed up by a sea of blue jerseys.
Yeah, it looks like there's a Blue Knight down on the far side.
And not a good sign here as the trainer comes out, and this could be a huge loss if this is anything major, but it looks like he is getting up quickly, and that is a great sign for both the teammates and the coaches here of the Blue Knights, as it looks like it is
Jacob Eli Henry.
And we've called his name a number of times. You can see the coaches are there to make sure that he is good to go, as he is an integral part to this squad. And with a score like this, we'll see how much pain he is in, if he is able to return into this game, or if they, let him rest. So time will tell with that. But we've had one injury, and he's been able to come back. So this trainer is doing something magical here for these Blue Knights.
Yeah, fortunately for the Blue Knights, they haven't had any real issues injury-wise tonight, knock on wood. Hopefully nothing does happen to either team, obviously. Cramping issue early. Hopefully this something minor, maybe get the wind knocked out of you, take a couple of plays off, and get right back in.
Well, Pembroke breaks their huddle with their coach Mower, and we'll see what they can do with a 2nd and 8 on the play. And from the press box, it sounds like it actually was a timeout used on that, Dale. So
I didn't see an official signal a timeout. I don't know who called it.
Oh, man in motion and taken by Porter Brown, and he's able to get some positive yards and is brought down. Let's see what they spot it, if he is able to get that first down or if he's just short. But a good
looks like he got about 8. Yeah, good play that time by Pembroke. Faked the sweep to the outside, and the quarterback kept it right up the middle.
Well, it'll be 3rd and 1 with the clock still running here. The scoreboard says 3rd and 2, and either way, Pembroke looking to set something up to keep this drive going here. They got a long ways to go with not a lot of time, but as you were saying, Dale, positive, 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 and that's what Pembroke is looking for right now. Now, Porter Brown takes it, and he's going to scramble for this. Looks like he is going to be hit, and we'll see what the officials mark it as it looks like he's going to be short here.
Oh, he's.
We're going to see. It's up
right
to the officials.
Marked it right at the 30-yard line, so looks like it's a 4th and 1 for the Spartans.
And now, we'll see if Pembroke tries to get West to jump off sides again. Did not work the last time, and now under 2 minutes to go, a 4th down and inches. Defense chant from the cheerleaders and from the bench here, as they would love a nice stop here on short field. Again, 4th and 1, and they are right at the 29-yard line. So I'm guessing they're going to go for the middle of the field here, so it'll be great to see if Camden Armstrong can stay strong. Pembroke trying to get him to jump. It does not work again. Great coaching here from West, and now a run, and they're going to stop him. The ball is out. It will be either way a West ball here with a $1:47 to go, Dale.
Yeah, that play didn't really have a chance. They tried to get West with the hard count, but they had to have something in reserve because I think Pembroke's out of timeouts, and the Blue Knights were in there instantly just as soon as the quarterback was trying to hand it off.
Well, with a big stop comes a little bit of a stoppage as stopping that play, and you can see him limping off the field. He's still celebrating and happy, and Jerome Hennard obviously very pumped up, but that certainly did not feel nice when everyone is landing on you.
No, I've been at the bottom of those piles, and it does not feel very good.
Well, again, great field position for the Blue Knights. A 1st and 10, and just 29 yards away. You've seen some plays where they have gained 35 yards, so you know that they're capable of.
Absolutely, and how quickly do they want to score? What do they want to do? What do they want to work on here?
Liam King with the run up the middle, cuts it back to the sideline, has one man to beat, gets around, stays in bounds, bounces back, and it will be 1st and goal here, Dale.
Yeah, it was a great run by Liam that time. It was designed up the middle. He was able to bounce it outside, make a couple of people miss on the outside, and he got down to the 8-yard line, 1st and goal.
Gain of 21 yards. So with the 1st down, the clock does stop, so now it's just down to 1:37. Looking at some
officials asking their clock stopped just long enough to set the chains, and now it's running again.
Well, as Manny comes back with the play, Liam King will be set up in the backfield. Rayvon Nelson right there as well, and we'll see maybe what's going on here. A run play here, trying to get around, and going to be stopped, but Elias Abreu got that ball there.
Yeah, it was a great run by Elias that time. He's weaving in, staying patient behind his blockers, trying to sneak through.
Well, the final 60 seconds ticks away here. It will be a 2nd down, just 3 yards away. You know you're in 4-down territory at this point. You got at least one more timeout to go for West, and we're going to see what they have set up here. With a touchdown, it will be running time in the 2nd half. So
yeah, at the current score, it's going to be running time in the 2nd half.
Now handoff, and look at this, fighting and not able to get in. A great attempt there by Kingston Green, and a timeout has been called with 19 seconds to go in this opening half.
Yeah, Coach Preventure's trying to get one more on the board before halftime.
Well, I mean, that's the guy to do it who did it last drive, able to get in for the 6, and they tried it again there, but he was finally stopped. And now, I mean, you got so many talented players here. Who will Coach Preventure go to?
At this point, take your pick.
Fair enough.
You can give it back to Kingston Green up the middle. You can give it to Liam King, up the middle or outside. You can give it to Rayvon Nelson or Elias Abreu on the outside. So many things they can do, so many options they have available to them to be able to try to score here.
Well, obviously, I'm not expecting a quarterback sneak, as Manny has got to be the man for a little bit here with the injury to Giodoria. And so expect, let's see, who's in the backfield with him?
It's Kingston.
So see if it's going to be Manny who will take it. He's wrapped up, and
he is
the offensive line throw their arms up in the air, and look at this. Oh, now Pembroke is saying they stopped it, and they have the ball. The arms went up in the air for the touchdown.
Yeah, the two officials on the line, on the goal line, both signaled touchdown, but Pembroke came out of the pile with the ball.
Well, Porter Brown was very adamant that he had that ball, but the scoreboard
the officials
says otherwise, so it was a touchdown. And the guy was not expecting, out of all that you listed, gets the QB sneak and gets the 6.
He's played a great game so far. Manny's played a great game so far. Managed things the way he's supposed to. Filling in for Gio, doing a great job. And so now, why not reward him right before halftime?
Well, Miles Whiter is set up as the kicker, and now we got an injury to a Spartan on the near side here. And that's one of the big guys we were talking about earlier that was an integral part to stopping the runs in the middle of the field. And he was trying to make his way to the sideline and just was not able to make it the whole way, and able to get up on his own power, which is a great sign. And we'll hope
that's big number 79, Lucius Smith. Hopefully he's able to come back in the second half.
just a sophomore, as you said earlier, so he's gonna certainly have a lot of playing time throughout his career here as a Spartan, but hopefully he's all right. Get some water. And now here we go as the Blue Knights look to actually kick it for just the second time in this. The snap, the kick, and it is no good.
Wide left.
Just not able to get enough of that, or possibly just hit it off the wrong side of the foot, but it's a 37-0 lead here for the West Blue Knights. And with 14 seconds to go, Pembroke will get the ball one last time, but with the wind to the back, we'll see just what the West Blue Knights do with the ball. Or excuse me, if they try to do a little squib kick or something like that.
Yeah, they'll probably kick it away. Just do like they normally do, and then play defense for a play and go into halftime.
Well, Wes is really discussing things. I might expect a kind of onside kick here to not allow Pembroke to have good field position.
Or they may try to squib it just to see if they can steal a possession.
That's certainly a possibility too, is West will get the ball to start off the second half, and they started off the game kicking off. Now, counting all the players here. This is taking a long time here, Dale. I mean, I don't know what the play clock situation is for kickoffs, but the band's been playing for some time here, and now,
the
officials.
Kickoff is the same as far as a play clock. Once the whistle blows ready for play, it's the same 24-second or 30-second clock.
Well, ready to the left, ready to the right, and the kick is down the middle of to the sidelines. Caught and now fumbled. West will get the ball, or will they? Did not see the Spartan player down there.
The officials marking him. This linesman is trying to say that he stepped out of bounds.
It did look like the West player did step out of bounds before trying to jump on the ball, as the Pembroke player was trying to get out.
He blew it dead at around the 40-yard line, as if the Pembroke player stepped out of bounds, and now he's marking it at the 46 where they recover the fumble. So I'm not sure why he blew the ball dead so quickly when the ball came loose.
Well, 10 seconds to go, and for Pembroke, you obviously can run one play, possibly even two. They were practicing their field goals before the game. I did see that, and we'll see what Porter Brown can do. And now a whistle to stop things says the play is called dead. So the clock now.
Yeah, that quickly is probably a false start against Pembroke.
Pembroke's been very clean, though, overall for the penalties. That's one bright spot, and actually it will be on West as the ball has been moved up 5 yards.
They called encroachment on the Blue Knights.
That's the second time we've seen that, and that makes the coaches certainly kind of take their hat off and scratch their head a little bit as what are you doing? You just watch the ball.
Exactly, and that's something that drives coaches crazy.
You dealt with it for many years.
Absolutely. That's what you tell the defense. You know what you're supposed to do. Watch the football. When it moves, you move.
And I'm not an angel. I did that a few times in my day. So don't think that I'm a saint here. I definitely was called a number of times for false starts or encroachments.
Oh no, absolutely. It happens. You get into a rhythm, and then the quarterback changes his cadence, gives you a hard count or whatever. It happens, but as a coach, it's frustrating.
Oh, man in motion here for Pembroke. And Porter Brown throwing it up into the wind. And so many Blue Knights in the way that they were not able to intercept that. As
Miles Whiter and Rayvon Nelson both right there. And
you can also see Liam King is so far away and just not able to get that. And,
between Miles and Rayvon, they were both going for the ball, and I think they knocked it away from each other.
And Rayvon seems like he's trying to make sure that there's no pain. He's kind of stretching his hamstring Achilles injury here. So 6 seconds have come off the clock, 4 seconds to go, and now Porter Brown will take it himself, trying to get to the outside, takes a hit, and it stays in bounds. And that is how the first half ends here from Bill Meisel Veterans Memorial Field. The West Blue Knights have come out and shown their might here, leading this game 37-0. Dale, we're going to take a break here as we will go into this halftime, get some stats, get some information, maybe get some food like the prices are that are 75% off here, and be back to see what the second half will bring. The band will hit the field, and we'll be back more on Manchester Public Television's football coverage on a Friday night. We'll be back. 12 minutes up on the board, and we are ready for the second half here on Manchester Public Television's football coverage. It is the Division II matchup between the Manchester West Blue Knights and the Pembroke Academy Spartans. Manchester West with a 37-0 lead. Kyle Heavey and Dale Mounts with the coverage here. And Dale, I mean, what can you say? West has looked strong like they were last year so far through the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, West has looked great. Pembroke does have some things they can build on, but we'll see what happens here coming out in the second half. Yeah, running time, so they call it tips. Clock's only going to stop for timeouts, injuries, penalties, and scores.
Well, Pembroke with that return actually went backwards as they were not able to field that cleanly, so it'll be a 1st and 10 from about the 24-yard line. And Pembroke had some couple drives that looked promising, but just nothing had came to fruition. And for Porter Brown, I mean, he's been trying everything that he can, but this West defense has really come up strong.
Absolutely, and this is where if you're Pembroke, you try to give the best that you can. This is what they call pride time. How much pride do you have to keep competing no matter what the score is?
Well, a good through the first hole for Pembroke, but was immediately stuffed by the linebacker, and that will be good for roughly a 4-yard gain. So, 4 yards over and over again will get you first downs and eventually get you to the end zone, but we'll see if Pembroke will continue that or if, West will really be able to settle down. I mean, you saw that as soon as Pembroke got things going, West was able to get a fumble in the first half. Yeah,
the Blue Knights were always able to come up with that one key play to stop the drive, or a couple of plays to stop the drive when they needed to.
And it's really been impressive to see the size of Jaden Nardi here on the near side, number 89, as Liam King looks to blitz here from the near side as well. And Pembroke calling an audible here. And it'll be a quick run and trying to get around. It looks like it could be a hold there. And it was actually a run up the middle here by Porter Brown. I actually followed the running back thinking that it went to him, but I was fooled on that play, I will say that, but the West Blue Knights were not.
Yeah, trying to do a misdirection, trying to get the West defense flowing one way and have the quarterback keep it another way. They're just trying to make anything happen that they can.
Oh, either way, it'll be a 3rd and 7 for the Spartans, again, who are going right to left across your screen in their white jerseys, black pants, and green helmets. And the West Blue Knights in their powder blue. I don't know what you call this Blue Knight color here, Dale.
More of a royal blue.
Royal blue. That sounds. Well, they are Knights, so it makes sense to have it be royal blue. I totally didn't ever even put that 2 and 2 together here. But now a pass play, running, trying to get to the outside. It has a man to beat, tries to stiff arm him, and is going to step out of bounds. And that does not look like it'll be enough for a first down, so it will be a 4th down. And Porter Brown, I mean, when he's able to scramble, looks good. He's not able to get a wide receiver to cross the field and be open.
Yeah, there's not anybody open in the secondary. The Blue Knights back end is doing a really, really good job. And, that time the defense got a lot of pressure early, flushed the quarterback Brown out of the pocket, and he really had nowhere to go.
And this offensive line has been doing all that they can for Pembroke. I almost wish that they had like a tight end, a Gronk or a Kelsey who could just cut across with the quarterback and get some yardage. But either way, it will be a punt for the Spartans. So another 3 and out go the Pembroke Academy Spartans. And now the kick again into the wind, and this one will take a west bounce and go backwards, and it'll be down at about the 41-yard line. So, it's wild to think how much that weather plays an impact in sports, and you're seeing it here tonight that anyone that is going the other way, from the wind is having issues with their kicking game.
Oh, absolutely. As a punter growing up and playing through college in Ohio, the wind is absolutely huge in the kicking game. It's either going to greatly help you or it's going to greatly hurt you. You got to know which way you're going with it so you know how to adjust to it.
Oh, either way, West with 7:20 to go in this third quarter. Again, running time. Pembroke just took a huge chunk out on those 4 plays, and Manny's still in as quarterback, and a run play, and he stayed on his feet for a good amount of time. And now we'll have to get used to some new players here on West.
That was Jerome Hennert, number 8, getting a carry.
Jerome was certainly very frustrated. No one likes to be wrapped up like that and trying to still make something happen. And, you know that some chirping is going on between these players at this point. I mean, anytime you can at least stop a player with the energy of Jerome, Pembroke has got to be, saying some things.
Yeah, that, and, it could be Jerome letting Pembroke know that they can't bring him down even though they stopped him.
Well, it took more than one man, and now look at this pass play, caught, and will walk in for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a great rollout pass that time by Manny, hitting Miles Whiter wide open behind the defense, and this time he made the catch and took it all the way to the house.
Redemption for Whiter. It was the same play that we saw in the first half when he was not able to come up with the touchdown, and this one works for 6, and the scoreboard now reads 43-0. And glad to see that play could come back into the playbook and make it happen.
Absolutely. 38-yard touchdown. It's great for the confidence for Miles and great for the confidence for Manny going forward.
And now, will they go for 2 or will they go for 1? 4-5 would be pretty splendid, but they're going to go for the extra point. They did miss to end the first half, so trying to get some redemption here as well for the kicking game to try to get the extra point. The ball is straight up, and Pembroke could have caught it and gone the other way. Kind of a weird situation there.
Not in high school.
Not in high school. All right.
It looked like the ball from here, it looked like the ball slipped off the back of the tee. And when Miles tried to kick it, he caught it as it was sliding off and just popped it straight up.
I'm still used to watching so much NFL in college, and right now the Chargers leading the Chiefs by a score of 7-0. So, thank you for those that are watching this game tonight instead of that game, because, these guys aren't millionaires playing the game. So either way, the clock stops with 6:24 to go, and West will get on the field here to kick it off. The kicks have been very good on kickoffs. It's the extra points that they know that coaches will be working on quite a bit this week, as not every game you're going to have a 43-point lead, and these points got to matter in every single game, Dale.
Yes, they do. And, I've seen, especially in tight games where, as a kicker, where I've had opportunities where I've missed an extra point and it cost my team dearly, momentum-wise, and, sometimes it cost us the game, sometimes it didn't, because we would chase the point after that.
Well, it's the only little marking here that the coaches will work on. Obviously, they'll see the footage and they'll see what they can do better for next week. But right now, good kick. Look at the strength. And Pembroke has to go backwards, gets it about the 11-yard line. And look at the tackle right there, Dale.
That was a great play in the open field by number 13, Tyler Weecher. Came up on his contained spot on the outside, looked like he was unblocked, and made an outstanding play one-on-one.
And that's not always easy to do, as you don't know what the ball carrier will do with it. If he could make a move, he could go left, right, and instead able to make that tackle. And Pembroke with, again, a long field to go to try to get up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that was even more difficult because of the long run that he had to make from his own 40-yard line up to almost the 20. So, making that 30-yard run, then having to break down, make the tackle, it was a great play.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 18-yard line. Porter Brown calling out for the mic. Now man in motion, and Porter going to hold on to this one. Gets some yards, still on his feet. Is being held on to by Liam King and is finally brought down. And a good saving tackle right there by Liam, as some good positive yards for Porter Brown. Something that you really haven't said too much here tonight in this game.
Yeah, it looks like West is starting to mix some of their younger guys in, getting them a chance to play under the lights on Friday night. And Liam just saved a touchdown in that spot. That's what you're taught. If you can't make the tackle, you hold on until somebody else can come help you.
Well, we're under 5 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Pembroke with just their second first down in this game, Dale, and that was good for 14 yards.
Yeah, it was a nice run right up the middle, right at the heart of the West defense.
Well, here we go with Spartans calling out the mic. Porter Brown reading the defense, and man in motion here will take the snap and got to hand it off, and now a flag is thrown up in the air, so that will stop the clock. And got to wonder if this might be a hold call here.
Yeah, coming from the umpire, that usually is.
We can see the officials right there waiting to make this call, and Phil McCarthy doing his thing. And unfortunately, we do have a West player injured as well, so this is not a good thing at all. We're waiting to see who the player is and also what the call is.
Yeah. The injured player for West is number 21, Austin Martin, a sophomore defensive back.
Well, he caught a 2-point conversion earlier in this contest, so he has been a big part of this game, and love to see him kind of jogging off the sideline now. And now the officials are looking to make the sign, and it's going to be against West. This is a personal foul.
Face mask against the Blue Knights.
Well, Pembroke will get another first down. This one, unfortunately, on the hands of the West Blue Knights. And then we're going to see what we'll do here with a 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. And we'll see what we can do with West trying to stop any momentum here. And now trying to get the outside, cuts it back, and is going to be brought down with authority right there. West is celebrating on that big loss for
number 62, Joel Camillo. Stayed home at his end spot, forced it behind, and was able to make the play.
Wow. Here we go. Is a lot of changes here for West as some players are coming off. We're going to see Green coming off as well. Kingston Green, who's having a sensational game on both sides of the ball, might be up for player of the game at this point. We're going to get to that after all 48 minutes have gone through, but now it'll be 2nd and 15 here for the Spartans, who have maintained the ball for the longest amount so far in this game. And now a whistle.
A timeout, Pembroke.
And well, we will get a break in the action here as Pembroke will have a 2nd and 15. And
looked like there was some confusion on the Pembroke offense over where to line up, and coach called timeout because he was afraid they wouldn't get the play off in time.
Well, we will be excited here for the 4th quarter, as for some of time in this game, we're going to have Logan Paradise, who was part of the Blue Knights for 4 years. He is playing for New England College tomorrow, and their first home game in almost 40 years. We'll have him on for the 4th quarter. So we just got to get through these last few minutes, and West has broken their huddle and is coming onto the field, and you can see that they're ready to go here. They've definitely been patiently waiting for this, and you can see Ramos out there. You can see a number of players just pumped up. And
yeah, both of the Abreu brothers are out there. Number 10, Noah Sheedy's out there.
Lakon Williams, you can see right there, as Pembroke again trying to get something going here, trying to get across midfield. Porter Brown tries to get him jumping, did not work. Now man in motion, he'll take the ball and he's going to try to run for it. Cuts it back to the midfield and is brought down. And what a tackle right there. And you can see that
Adrian Alisea.
he meant business on that. Big tackle, and now he's got to pull up his pants as he was starting to lose that after a big tackle. So Pembroke was able to get some positive yards, but still you can see it right below us. It'll be a 3rd and 5 with the clock ticking away. So Pembroke getting the coaches chatting with Porter, trying to get them the right play here and bring this Spartan team possibly 6 points. They've had a good amount of drives, but now running out of time in the play clock. Waiting to see if the official puts his hand up in the air anytime soon. I think that's the high school sign of 5 seconds. 1:45 to go in the 3rd. A handoff play, and he's going to be brought down. Big tackle again from 7'5". He's getting himself known tonight that he is ready for the big time when needed as well.
Yeah, this is great to see for the Blue Knights, showing the depth that they have. We know about the guys from last year, the Miles Whiters, the Elias Abreus, the Rayvon Nelsons. But now we're getting to see what kind of depth they've been building as a program.
Well, also giving them some love right there is Jadarian Rodriguez. And now Pembroke will go for it on 4th and 6. They've crossed the midfield line. They're into West territory at the 48. And now Pembroke trying to get everyone to make sure they're on the same page. Clock is down under a minute to go. And now man in motion. He's looking, he's going to be brought down. Oh, he stays on his feet. Now his knee hits the ground. And a big sack to end the 3rd quarter, Dale. And you can see the frustration on Porter Brown. Had 2 Blue Knight guys coming right at him, and only so much that he could do on that play.
Yeah, Zayden Ramos came off the edge right there, and he's the one who ended up making the play, getting just enough of the quarterback to trip him up.
Well, then with that play, the Blue Knights don't even bring their offense out as the clock will keep ticking as only 10 seconds left. And for the crew member from WMUR is here for the second half action. He doesn't really have too many highlights from either squad so far, as just 1 touchdown was had here in the 3rd quarter, and we're going to be down to the last 12 minutes.
Yeah, and in this last 12 minutes, again, in the last 12 minutes, again, what you want to do is you want to see from Pembroke, showing the effort, showing what you need to do, showing they're not going to give up no matter what the score is, trying to build their program back up. And for the Blue Knights, it's a chance to see what their depth guys can do. Get the second teamers, third teamers in, get them a chance to get a taste under the lights and go from there, build your program up as well.
Well, for the 898th game of West Blue Knights football history, the first time he's been here in the booth with us, as he has finished his career playing for the Blue Knights last season, and that is Logan Paradise. Logan, good welcome to Manchester Public Television's football coverage. We've said your name numerous times when you've been out on the field, and now here we are with trying to give you some entertainment here to see what you can do in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, it's really cool to be up here. I've never been this perspective before, so it's cool.
A little different. I mean, you're usually out there playing, and I mean, how's this feeling right now? Your school is up 43-0. The celebration that's been had tonight. It's got to be kind of nice to come back to see this.
Yeah, it's really cool. These boys been working hard all year. I know they are. They always put in that work, just like last year. So it's feeling a little old watching from the booth now, but it's cool. It's cool to watch them play and everything.
Well, obviously you have a big game tomorrow as the New England College Pilgrims will play their first home game in 40 years, 50
yeah.
years
Yep.
against the Plymouth State Panthers, and you're going to be playing in that game tomorrow. And talk about that. I mean, to know that the game has changed drastically from the speed here to what you've been able to just practice with for a few months with the Pilgrims.
100%. We're super excited. We've been in training camp for almost 2 weeks now, so we're excited to put a show on tomorrow for, like you said, 50 years. NEC football hasn't been a thing, so we're making history tomorrow. We're super excited.
Now, are the Blue Knights going to put up 50 here for you tonight? I mean, it looks like it's transpiring the
we
way that
should.
you're thinking here.
Yeah, we should. The JV players that are out right now, they're ballers. I know all these kids, so I know they work hard.
Now, obviously, you've been working hard for some time. You
Yep.
continued, you played baseball in the spring. You've been always in shape. Have you been training at all with any of the players here from the Blue Knights?
Yeah, I mean, most of the starters, they're some of my best friends, so definitely I've been on this field, work out with them in the summer. Yeah.
Now, what's it feel like to be up here? I mean, you had a good track record versus Pembroke as well.
Yeah.
And now with this game kind of being out of hand, is it kind of nice to be able to feel like this team was great last year? Could they be even better this year?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, winning week 1 definitely kickstarts your whole season. That gives you the boost to go into week 2, week 3. That gives you the confidence. Like they must be super pumped to get this win out here.
And Dale, I mean, it's kind of nice to see you commentated and saw Logan a lot over your years as well. It's got to be kind of cool to see him back here as well.
Absolutely. Definitely a different look in street clothes as opposed to looking at a helmet. Been quite a few years since I made the same jump from high school to college. What's been the biggest thing for you personally, going from being out here to being the quote-unquote low man on the totem pole as a freshman in college?
It's definitely, like you said, being one of those guys in high school and being the top dog on your team, then transitioning to college and being just starting from scratch pretty much, just like my freshman year playing here. So it's definitely a big change like that, but just faster pace in college. You can definitely see how the game changes on the next level and how fast it goes and everything in that sort.
Absolutely. And one thing that you had kind of a unique experience on is a head coaching change when you were here at West, going from Coach Spuzz to Coach Preventure.
Mm-hmm.
How has that, having that different voice, how has that helped you going from here with Coach Preventure to your coach at NEC?
That has prepared me so much for college, and I'm really grateful. Coach Preventure came in here, and he set the standard like we preached all last year. He really set the standard. He treated this like a college program, and that really prepared me for the next level.
Yeah, I was an assistant coach here for years, and I've seen the difference, and it's remarkable, everything that Coach Prevention's been able to do here. This school definitely needed it
100%.
very badly.
And all the kids, they're bought into the team, and I think that's the biggest change with West. We didn't have that for a while, especially my junior year. We weren't bought into the team, but it changed all my senior year. We felt like a family out there, and we played together.
And it showed.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. We used to call it the typical West attitude. It was whenever one thing went bad, it seemed to snowball into everything instantly. Last year, you guys, like you said, you were a much closer team, a bigger family, and when the snowball did start a couple of times, you were able to stop it. Not every time, but you were able to stop it enough to show that, hey, this is a different program, this is a different team, different culture. And that's something that I haven't seen here in years.
That was the biggest part of it. We didn't want to be that West team anymore. We didn't want to be the underdogs. We didn't want to be pushed under the rug. We wanted to be that team that made playoffs and that they looked at us as one of the top dogs in the division, and they're proving that right now.
And one other thing, when you come back here to work out during the summer, I know that other former West kids would come back, Jameson Mayhew, Sean St. Felix, guys that I coached when I was here would come back and work out during the summer, and they would always offer advice. Is that something that you're looking to do with the current players, offer your advice to them?
100%. All the seniors right now, they hit me up. I hit them up about leadership and all that. I think a lot of these seniors want to become leaders, but they don't want to repeat what happened last year. They want to be themselves, and they're coming to me to that, and hopefully I can give them advice how to be that leader and how to show leadership on the field.
Absolutely. Being yourself, being true to yourself is you can. Everybody has a different style.
Yep.
Some people are the rah guys. Some people are the lead by example. Have a balance of both, and things will take care of themselves.
I think that's why last year was so great too. Like, we had on-field leaders, and we had people that would show them right from wrong, and that was the biggest part of last year. But this is a whole new team. They need to prove something themselves. Like, they need to step up, and they need to be that team now. We're not here to help them anymore, so they need to step up.
Yeah, every year
100% on.
Yep, every year it's a new team, new crop. Touchdown run there.
Laquan Williams from 3 yards out makes it a 49-0 lead, and now we'll see if they kick the extra point. That's been the only black mark on this teams today is the extra point kicks. Logan, I don't know how your kicking game ever was. Are we gonna see you kicking extra points tomorrow night?
No. I was a punter for a little bit here, but that was the only position I had. I was never a kicker. Oh, look at that.
Well, it's no good though. So it stays 49-0, and that's 3 extra points that have been missed in this contest. But again, this score is 49-0. And Logan, also, going into tomorrow's game, again, your energy must be pretty high for this to get to showcase your abilities on the college level. But it's got to be kind of nice to have some of your teammates from here on this New England College team as well.
CJ, of course, Aishan. I know a lot of them. That's the big reason I wanted to go there, just to be with those guys again and prove something. As we said, hasn't been done in 50 years at New England College, so we're pumped up for tomorrow.
Well, and obviously there's some Central guys there as well. There's a lot of Manchester proud here going to be played tomorrow.
Stacked Manchester team.
Stacked
100%.
Manchester team, and after seeing you guys play for all these years, it's going to be fun for me to go up there for a noon kickoff. I believe it's at
12 o'clock.
Are you doing any pregame festivities to celebrate?
We're having a little pre-tailgate and everything. They got a good setup going on over there. So.
And talk about the field. It's grass. You've been playing on turf most of your career.
It's very nice grass, though. I was on it today. They definitely did wonders on that field. It's super nice grass.
Now, did you have a walkthrough today?
Yeah, we did.
Well, you guys obviously have the plan of attack for tomorrow. You're here tonight still representing your old squad, and obviously you can take the energy from this and bring it to tomorrow as well.
100%, yeah. Just wanted to see some football tonight, come back at the old field and see how everybody's playing, and they're playing great.
Well, with 7:19 to go, you're more than welcome to stay with us. I know your boys are over here. We kind of left them alone outside.
They're okay.
That's why I was like, you're more than welcome to stay, but if you want to go, I totally understand it.
I would love to stay and chat with you guys. This is really fun. Never been in this perspective before on the West Field, so this is really cool.
Well, obviously, you weren't on this side of the field too often.
No.
And, it's kind of, the sidelines on the opposite side, and a little kick here that is going to be taken, and some positive yards for Pembroke. Oh, what a hit right there.
Good tackle right there.
44 just comes in and says that he means business.
Tyler Hale, yep.
All hail Tyler right there as he again.
Sophomore right there.
My goodness, he is. If he's a fullback, I am not getting in his way.
He's a big boy, yep.
He's a full. They've got him listed as a fullback and a quarterback.
Quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback.
Yes. Well, obviously you need to have.
Actually, they have him listed just as a quarterback and linebacker.
Yeah, he's a special talent, I think. Seeing him coming in as a freshman last year, I thought he was really good. He has great work ethic.
Well, hopefully we don't have to see him in the quarterback situation. Obviously, Manny is doing a heck of a job, and obviously kind of a tough situation here to start the season for the Blue Knights. You know enough about it, and they seem like they're looking pretty strong here, even with Manny.
They are, but definitely when Gio comes back, they are going to be a solid team for the division, 100%.
All right, certainly we're looking forward to that. Again, tonight has been a fun one here with a lead. We're down to the last 6 minutes, and for the players from 1975 that were here to celebrate their 50th anniversary season. Were you here for this pregame?
No, I wasn't.
My goodness, Logan, they were running faster than you run. It was impressive to see how quickly
I had a walkthrough, so I was pretty late. I didn't get here till a little before halftime. So.
Well, either way, you've been able to come up and support, and that's something that is important, I think, for the community as well.
100%. Yep.
Well, a 2nd and 1 here for Pembroke, and a run, and able to get the first down. And you played up in Pembroke last year. I remember that you guys played pretty stoutly last up there,
Yep.
and you've been on both sides of it, though. You know what it feels like to be Pembroke. What's your thoughts on what they need to look forward to going into the next game?
Pembroke?
Yeah. Put yourself in their shoes. You've had some tough losses your freshman year.
My freshman year, my sophomore year, 100%. I mean, very small team. I don't know how much guys they have on, but it's very scarce on the sideline.
4 injuries, 2 from the Jamboree and 2 from just this week in practice.
Definitely low numbers, so that can affect it a lot. But they look like a solid team out there. They just need to put it together. It's hard to be on the losing side and take all those L's, but I promise you learn from it at the end of the day.
It's a tough lesson learning.
It is.
No one ever likes to get kicked in the face.
Yeah, no.
And like you were a few years ago, they're also a very young team. They only have 3 seniors.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
My junior year, we were a very young team. A lot of our captains were juniors, really never played football before. As I said, Coach Reventure came in, changed the program. So they just have to learn from their mistakes, and that's really the only thing you can do.
And how nice is it to have your friends being able to all be supportive and know what the game plan is each week and being able to get it done.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Run up the middle and brought down at the 40-yard line as we are now under 4 minutes to go. This running time, Logan, unfortunately, we're going to not have as much time with you as we normally would, but at the same time, you're smiling being here up with a mic instead of a football in your hand.
It's great to be up here. As I said, I've never been up here, so it's really cool to see the perspective of the field like this and talking to you guys.
Hey, now, one thing about tomorrow, Logan, how many of your former teammates or how many former Manchester kids are at Plymouth?
New England College.
No, at Plymouth.
Oh, at Plymouth. Oh,
some of my former teammates?
Yes, there used to be a pipeline from West to Plymouth.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Aishan, he went there. A lot of kids from my sophomore year that were seniors went to Plymouth. That's also a big part. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to be part of that trend. So that was a big part. I didn't go there. But I don't know. There's not a lot of people I know up there right now. So
when I went away to college many moons ago, we'll call it, that was the thing. You see some of your former teammates at other schools, kids that you played against, grew up playing with and against around the city, whatever, at different places, on the field, different uniforms, you know how that goes. But after the game, catching up, with what time you have before, before coach calls you in.
Mm-hmm.
A 4th down here for Pembroke. I got to mention that 4th and 8 with a passing play. The ball is up and tipped, and it will drop down. Obviously, no interceptions here for West, but a turnover on downs is just as good. And now West will get the ball with under 2 minutes to go. And it's certainly been a pleasure. Logan, you're more than welcome to join us for any home game that we're doing this year if you want to come back. I know you're a college kid. You want to be able to enjoy those college experiences. And no worries if your Friday nights might be doing something else. But obviously, most college games are on Saturdays, so it's not like you're doing anything.
I would love to be up here again chatting with you guys. This was great.
I mean, don't be Johnny Manziel in college. We saw what that happens there. But
100%. I'll definitely stay locked in. I'm locked in right now. I'm super excited for tomorrow.
Well, take this energy and bottle it up and bring it with you tomorrow for your noon kickoff at New England College. A brand new field. I've never even seen it before, so I'm getting there early to make sure I don't get lost.
It's nice. They really been working on it for the past 2 weeks when we've been practicing. We basically have like three separate fields right now, 2 practice fields, and we have the game field. So the bleachers are nice and everything. They really did their thing with it.
Well, it would certainly be exciting to see, and it looks like West will keep playing and try to make sure all the JV players are good to go, is still keeping on his feet and finally being brought down for a couple yards gains. Dale, I mean, we've seen a lot of positive yards for this West squad, and I mean, we're getting towards the end here. We're going to have to figure out a player of the game, and it's going to be difficult for me. This is
very difficult.
I don't know if we can give one. We might have to give the three-headed monster all the players of the game because
absolutely, or or the 5 guys up front who just completely took over the game from the first minute.
I mean, Elias with a touchdown, Rayvon with a touchdown. We also had Kingston with a touchdown.
Kingston had a couple of touchdowns, couple of 2-point conversions.
And Liam King, I got to say, was huge on both sides of the ball. If I'm going to have to narrow it down, and I'm going to give it to Liam King with those green cleats. They're memorable for a reason.
He's a huge addition to this West football team, let me tell you. I played against him for 2 years when he was at Central. He's a great talent. He's very explosive, very, very good.
Well, the clock hits 0, and your West Blue Knights start the season 1-0 with a 49-0 victory over the Pembroke Academy Spartans, starting their season off with a big win. Dale, thoughts on this? I mean, this is such a fun time here tonight.
It absolutely is. And if you're West, after what you did last year, this is how you want to start out, to show everybody that last year was not a fluke. You want to put everybody on notice that, as Logan mentioned, this is a different West program. It's not the same as it used to be, where get a couple of wins and it's back to the quote-unquote old West. Now, this is a new program. Coach Provencher wants them to raise the standard this year, and this is a great way to start that.
Well, for West, they will next travel to Hollis Brookline next week to see what the Cavaliers will bring. It's a Friday night game. Then they'll be home at Conval in Sauhegan to end the month of September, and we'll see what they can do. And obviously hoping for the best for the Trinity Pioneers, as well as the Central Little Green and the Memorial Crusaders, as the 2025 football season starts with a bang here, as the Blue Knights are victorious. So for Dale Mouse, for Logan Paradise, again, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lar, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick. My name is Kyle Heavey. This has been a presentation of Manchester Public Television. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.